So welcome to this lecture. In this particular lecture, we'll be talking about printing statements in Python. Print is the most basic operator that Python uses, and anything that you want to display in your output in your program will be written through the print statement. Okay. Now there are very many variations that we can use in printing different types of things like sentences, numbers, variables, etc. We'll start with very basic and we'll proceed with how to print the other things as we take up the different concepts again and again. Okay. So suppose I want to print the most basic program, that is hello world. Okay, we'll tell the world hello and welcome to this journey of coding. Let's see how to do that. Let's write the word print. We put a bracket. We put double quotes or single quotes. Okay, that is not a problem. You can put double quotes, you can put single quotes, anything, that's fine. And anything that you want to print, any bit of text that you want to print, just write inside this double quote. So I want to write in capitals hello world with an exclamation mark. Okay, so this word is printed. So what this code will do is this will print hello world in the output. Let's run this code and let's see what output we get. You can see hello world. Okay, the output is printed hello world. The other two lines are not important, they are just the file addresses, so you don't have to worry about that. All right, so we got hello world printed in our line. All right, let's print another line. Let's print, just a second, let's print in double quotes, welcome to this journey of learning programming in Python. Okay, so you're welcoming the user to learn programming in Python. Again, what I have done here is use the print statement. I have used parentheses, and inside the parentheses I have used the double quotes. You can also use single quotes. Okay, and anything that you want to print inside this you will write, and let's just run this code again and you will see the second line is also printed. Now if you want to print a number, okay, that is an integer, let's take an example of an integer 8. There are two ways of printing it. The first way is the same way that I have printed my print statements above for the text. I print, let's write 55, okay, not 8, let's take a big integer 55, and I run this code and I will get my 55 printed here as well. So very simple, there's nothing very complicated in this. Okay, this we have done. Now what the difference, okay, let me teach you the other way also. The other way of printing integers is you print 55 directly. You have not enclosed 55 in the double quotes. Let's see if this works. And yes, it works. So if there are two ways, there must be a difference between the two ways, right? Otherwise, why the second way would exist? The only difference between the two ways is when you're printing anything without double quotes, sorry, when you're printing anything with double quotes, you're storing them as a string. Okay, you're storing them as a string. Now this hashtag is for comments. I have told in my previous video also that comments are codes which are not recognized by the browser. You can just write it for your reference. Okay, the browser will not, the editor will not read it. Okay, now whenever you're printing anything inside double quotes, it's a string. String means you can consider this as text. So this number is treated as a text. When I'm printing it without, when I'm printing a number without the double quotes, I'm storing it as an integer. So this time when I've printed 55, I have stored 55 as an integer. So it's not a string anymore. Alright, now let's see how these two will differentiate and how the difference will occur in the code. Let's do two more print statements. I print a string of 55 plus 10. So my result should be 65. And on the other hand, I print an integer of 55 plus 10. Let's see which of this gives us 65. You will be able to understand how the codes are different. You see what we got in the first line when we have put 55 plus 10 as a string, which is under the double quotes, we just got it as it is. This simply means whenever you are putting anything in a double quote, it is stored as plain text. You cannot perform any integral operations on it. it will print as it is. It won't do the operation of addition. But on the second hand, when you have printed 55 plus 10 without a double quote, you are preserving their integral values. You are using them as an integer, and this will do the integer operation of 55 plus 10 and display the result as 65. Alright, this is the basic idea that whenever you're doing double quotes, it's a string, it's plain text, no matter if you have written letters, numbers, special characters. Fine. So this is the basic idea. We will dive deep into data types very soon, but this was the basic idea about print statements. Let's do some printing of special characters also. So for example, I want to print this as my output. I want to print some stars as my output like this. Okay, like this. This is what I want as my output. How do I do that? Again, I have to take these stars as a string and print the string as it is. So let's print the stars here as a string. Okay, we'll delete the other ones and we'll do it again. Okay, so we'll print the first star as a string, then we will print the second star as a string, and then let's print the third star, sorry, as a string. We do it again, print 4 stars as a string, and finally let's print 5 stars as a string. You might have guessed the mistake here. We have not put the quotes. So we'll quickly put the quotes here. As I told you, you can put double quotes or single quote. It doesn't matter. Both are treated equivalently in Python. Let's run this, and we got this pattern what we wanted to print. So this was the basic about print statements, how to print strings and quotes, and basics about how to print integers as well, with and without quotes. Okay. Comment that I would want to close this session with: use both single and double quotes equally. That means there's no difference. Okay, if you do the string in a single quote, if you do the string in a double quote, it's equivalently treated in Python. Okay, so that's what my concluding statement for this lecture will be. We'll meet in the next lecture and we will see some methods that we can do with strings, integers, and some more variations of the print statement. Thank you.